All right, all right. Good morning or afternoon. Let's stream a little bit today. Who's here? Say hi in chat. I'll have to do the social media stuff once again. Let's talk a bit about .io and code afterwards. Over here, blue sky. And this one and this one. Post. TLDs are such fun. Dragons, you're here once again. I know you have push notifications on, but nice to see you. Let's actually write it here as well. Another live stream. Oh, hang on. Also gonna go through the refactored view component today. Like so. There we are. Oh, Dragons is playing Minecraft. Aren't you? Or I don't know. Hello, Yassine in on YouTube and WebDevRef. Hello, WebDevRef. Glad you're here. How is everybody doing? No, you're not playing Minecraft at the moment, Dragons. Okay, that's good. Yeah, so folks, what's happening, right? Let's start off by saying let's not spread any fear, uncertainty, and doubt here, because I think it will all be fine. But still, it's an interesting article to read. So I want to talk about .io. I happen to have a .io domain, and my blog, right? And this is maybe we should read through this first. It's really interesting. Let me also make sure you can see all the text, something like that. So the disappearance of an internet domain. I don't think this is important. On October 3rd, the British government announced that it was giving up sovereignty over a small tropical atoll in the Indian Ocean known as the Chagos Islands. The islands, let's see where this is. Oh, I was like, there's only blue here, but that's because it's, yeah. It's just an island. Maps, Google Maps, go on. Let's just, visualize what is this about. Okay, so literally, I think almost in the middle of nowhere, basically. That's what we're talking about. The British Indian Ocean Territory, okay? This is where the .io TLD comes from. The islands would be handed over to the neighboring island country of Mauritius, about 1,000 miles of the southeastern coast of Africa. The story did not make the tech press, but perhaps it should have. The decision to transfer the islands to their new owner will result in the loss of one of the tech and gaming industry's preferred top-level domains, .io. Okay, so the article is going to explain why this is happening. But just as a side note, yeah, I have a blog, IO, and like I would say the name of my blog, like I don't know why I picked IO. It just sounded cool when I did it. But now the name of my blog is kind of known as Stitcher.io. There used to be Stitcher.com, like the podcast provider, and I didn't know it at the time. that they are bankrupt now, so um, they don't really exist. But when I created this website, Stitcher.io, I did actually mail them to make sure it wasn't like infringing on any trademarks, and they said it was fine, luckily. But yeah, like the name of my blog has kind of become Stitcher.io and not just Stitcher. So if .io were to disappear, I don't know, I should probably do something Stitcher.io.com. Something like that. I don't know. But there are much more popular IO websites as well. Whether it's GitHub IO, itch.io, or even Google IO, which arguably kicked off the trend in 2008. IO has been a constant presence in the tech lexicon. Its popularity is sometimes explained by how it represents the abbreviations for input-output or the data received and processed by any system. What's not often acknowledged is that that it's more than a quippy domain. It's a country code top-level domain related to a nation, making it involves politics far beyond the digital world. Now, since 1968, the UK and US have operated a major military base on Chagos Islands, officially known as the British Indian Ocean Territory, but the neighboring nation of Mauritius has always disputed British sovereignty over them. The Mauritian government has long argued that the British illegally retained control when Mauritius gained independence. It has taken over 50 years, but that dispute has finally been resolved. In return for a 99-year lease for the military base, the islands will become part of Mauritius. 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 I don't know. That's how we say it in Dutch. Once this treaty is signed, the British Indian Ocean Territory will cease to exist. Various international bodies will update their records, in particular the International Standard for Organization, ISO, will remove the country code IO from its specification. The Internet Assigned Numbers Authority, this one, creates and delegates top-level domains, uses this specification to determine which top-level country domains should exist. Once IO is removed, the IANA, will refuse to allow any new registrations with a IO domain. It will automatically begin the process of retiring existing ones. There is no official count of the number of extant IO domains. Officially, .io and countless websites will disappear. Officially. At a time when domains can go for millions of dollars, it's a shocking reminder that there are forces outside of the internet that will still affect our digital lives. Okay. Ooh, hello. No. The removal of an entire country or territory from the world map is incredibly rare, so one might ask why the process for deleting a domain is clearly documented, so automatic, so final. The answer is simple: history. There are two organizations responsible for domains and internet addresses. The thingy decides what should and shouldn't be a top-level domain. Such as .com, .org, .uk, .nz. The organization originated at the University of Southern California, although it was only formalized in 1994. That's my year of birth. When it won a contract put out by the US, it operated for several years as a small research and management committee. As the internet grew, it became clear that a more formal setup was required. So by 1998, the blah blah became part of a new organization, the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, ICANN. Based in the US, was given the broader responsibility of overseeing the operational stability of the internet. Wow. And ensuring international interests were represented. Okay. These two organizations might seem like they have mundane roles, but they have found themselves making some of the hardest decisions on the global internet, and this kind of is a hard decision. Dragon's Sentry also has a .io domain, yeah, and your registrar, you've seen saying on YouTube, your registrar is not going to offer an alternative for live in the future. Let's continue to read though. Let's, like I said, let's not like go into panic mode here. But like if this is going to happen, it kind of sucks, honestly. But this is interesting, right? So I was a child when all of this was happening. So I'm learning here. I'm learning. On September 19, 1990, the BlaBla created and delegated the top-level domain .su to the USSR. Less than a year later, the USSR collapsed. At the time, nobody thought what should happen with the SU domain. The internet as we know it was still years away. So the SU domain was handed to Russia to operate alongside its own RU. The Russian government agreed that it would eventually be shut down, but no clear rules around its governance or when that should happen were defined. But ambiguity is the worst thing for a top-level domain. Unknowingly, this decision created an environment in which SU became a digital Wild West. Today, it is a barely policed top-level domain, a plausibly deniable home for Russian dark ops, and a place where supremacist content and cybercrime have found cover. A few years later, in 1992, the INA learned a similarly harsh lesson at the end of the Balkan War, which saw the breakup of Yugoslavia into several smaller states. In its aftermath, the joint nation of Serbia and Montenegro attempted to adopt the name Federal Republic of Yugoslavia. Slovenia and Croatia objected, claiming that it implied Serbia and Montenegro were Yugoslavia's legitimate successors. The two countries protested to the UN. Like all of this because of a domain, right? As the international issue over Serbia and Montenegro's name rumbled on throughout the early 90s, the BlaBla remained unsure about who should control .eu, I guess, Yugoslavia's top-level domain. Email access and the internet were now integral to research and international discussions, and the BlaBla's ambiguity led to an extraordinary act of academic espionage. Can't be bothered to spell. I don't know how to pronounce it. If someone say it in chat, I don't know. Should I pronounce each letter IANA's ambiguity? Yeah. Corey, you're here. Good morning. It's wild. We'll see about that. Let's stay calm. Iana. Tragus is saying Iana. I don't know. Iana. Yeah. BlaBla. According to the journalists, another difficult name I cannot pronounce, Slovenian academics traveled to Serbia at the end of 1992. Their destination was the University of Belgrade in the country's capital. On arrival, they broke into the university and stole all the hosting software and domain records for the .u top-level domain. Everything they needed to seize control. For the next 2 years, the .u domain was unofficially operated by another academic and research network of Slovenia, ARNES, this is easy to pronounce, which repeatedly denied involvement in its original heist. ARNES rejected all requests by Serbian institutes for new domains, severely limiting the country's ability to participate in the growing internet community. The situation became so messy that in 1994, BlaBla founding manager Jean Postel, I don't know, personally stepped in and overrode BlaBla's regulations, forcibly transferring ownership to the of the .u domain back to the University of Belgrade. Okay. Sam the Victim in YouTube chat is saying here, the IO drama. That blog post is a lovely reminder of history. So well written. Yeah, and I enjoy it. We're almost through it. In 2006, Montenegro declared independence from Serbia. With the digital revolution now firmly underway, the BlaBla was determined to not let chaos reign once again. It created 2 new top-level domains, .rs for Serbia. Oh, I thought it was for Rust, but anyway. And .me for Montenegro. These are also 2 very popular TLDs. Both were issued on the requirement that U would officially be terminated. It would take until 2010 for this to happen, but BlaBla eventually got its way. Burned by the experience, the organization laid down the new, stricter set of rules and timescales for top-level domain expiration that exists today. It's these rules that will soon apply to the .io domain. They are firm and they are clear. Once the country code no longer exists, the domain must cease to exist. do, ideally within 3 to 5 years. Like a tenant being told that their landlord is selling up and they must move, every individual and company who uses a .io domain will be told the same. Yeah. Oh. Okay. So there is a little bit more nuance to this in the later paragraph. The endurance, let's see here. .io has become popular with startups, particularly those involved in crypto. I don't know. It's just popular, like in the whole tech community, I would say. These are businesses that often identify with one of the original principles of the internet, that cyberspace grants a form of independence to those who use it. Yet it is a long tail of real-world history that might force them on a major change. The blah blah may fudge its own rules and allow .io to continue to exist. Money talks, and there is a lot of it tied up in .io domains. And this is why I'm not too worried about it right now, by the way. .io is super popular. Also for like tech giants. I cannot imagine it just disappearing. However, the history of the USSR and Yugoslavia still looms large, and the blah blah may feel that playing fast and loose with top-level domains will only come back to haunt it. Whatever happens, the warning for future tech founders is clear. Be careful when picking your top-level domain. This is just... what does it matter? Like, physical history is never as separate from our digital future as we like to think. This is just drama for the sake of drama, I would say. I mean, so it's not clear that .io will go away, for one, because, I mean, there are so many more companies involved. Money talks, indeed. Like they mentioned GitHub, let's see, Google I.O. Oh yeah, they now have their .google top-level domain, of course. But GitHub as well. There are so many companies who use I.O. either just for their main website or like a link shortener, stuff like that. So I really don't think we should panic yet. That's one thought. On the other hand, yeah, it could go away. If that happens, then it will be a mess. So there are TLDs like .wtf, .lol, .xxx. What's the big deal if there's an IO TLD? The thing is, and this isn't mentioned in the article, but it was mentioned here. Why don't they change? Could it be transformed in a GTLD? I don't know what it is. Generic top-level domain. And the thing is, there's a rule that says that all 2-letter domains are reserved for countries. So because it's explained here, because all 2-letter TLDs are reserved for countries. Yeah. If you start to turn those into generic TLDs, you'll eventually end up with a shortage. Imagine being a new country and then blah blah reacting, yes, sorry, you cannot have it, blame .io guy. So it's kind of like you're a right set by like the blah blah. That it protects countries or countries that will be formed in the future. So yeah, that's why we cannot just keep IO. And they might force .io to be deleted because of like the history with the USSR and Yugoslavia and, just strict rules. Sergio, you're here. Hi. What happened? So maybe the .io top-level domain will be removed. And so I don't know. I'm remembering my DNS classes back in college. I don't know how it works exactly, but like DNS is such an interesting protocol. I might be wrong here. Someone correct me in chat. But what I remember is that so you can start your own DNS server if you want to and just add whatever you want, because DNS is it's a big table of this name maps to this IP address, right? Simplified, but because there are different types of records and stuff like that, but like the A and AA record, I don't know, IP4 and 6, right? So that's DNS. You can make your own server and say whatever you want, but DNS is built in such a way that you always need like approval from the server above you. It's like a tree hierarchy, basically, if I remember correctly. And so it's a distributed system, right? Like there's a top server that says it's probably owned by blah blah, that says like this TLD can be distributed by this server, and then that server can then redistribute, or it's not one TLD, it's sets of TLDs. So there is someone at the top, and someone at the top has to like give permission. Otherwise, no one will ever trust your DNS server. So it propagates up or downwards, or depending on your point of view. So there is in fact someone, I think there are 9 or 8 or 9 root DNS servers. Maybe more. Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So, and I think these root DNS servers are trusted by everyone. So, and they are, one is owned by VeriSign, university here, university by NASA. I don't know how to pronounce it in English. Stuff like that, you know. And so all other DNS servers, because they're not handling all DNS traffic, that's distributed to DNS servers lower down, but all those DNS servers have to be like trusted and make sure they conform to, they don't just start distributing TLDs or domain names that don't belong to right IP addresses and stuff like that, because then your DNS server, I think, will be blocked or something. This is 12 years ago since I've seen this in school. So yeah, that's the issue now. .io might disappear. So wow. And meanwhile, there's spam in Twitch chat. I hope you don't. Can you see that? Hang on, Twitch. No. Let me check. I think it's. Oh yeah. No. Okay, you can see that. Perfect. Hello, Forum PHP. Oh yeah, it's Forum PHP today, or not? Forum PHP 2024. Yeah. Oh, nice. Hey, have fun, folks. Why are you watching a live stream if you're on a conference? I submitted the talk for Forum PHP. It was rejected, but that's fine. So when will we know for sure if it gets removed or not? Yeah, that is what I was wondering about as well, because this isn't like the blah blah or the Icana or Ina or whatever. This is just, I don't even know what this is. Like a news website, I guess. Let's see whether there's like an official IO TLD, whether they have like rules on this. Are there any updates? Current INA process. Yeah, this is just the process that happens when a country gets nuked. No, well, not nuked. I mean, removed. The treaty hasn't been signed yet. Oh yeah, that's another. It's another important thing. But this is a week ago, right? Yeah. And follow up. Foreign Secretary statement: after Mauritian elections, the government will move forwards towards treaty signature, and then it is then our intention to pursue ratification in 2025 by submitting the treaty and a bill. Okay. If the blah blah process is followed and the CCTLD is to be retired, expect at the absolute earliest that it will happen next year, although that will be a bit silly. more likely 2030, potentially as late as 2035 if an extension is applied for. Doing some matching on the CSV file from Cloudflare Radar top domain list. There are 399.io domains in the top 10,000. 14,000 in 1 million, yeah. But that's one of the coolest ones, someone says. Yeah. So interesting, right? I don't know. I don't think there has been an official statement yet. So let's be like calm and let's just wait for a little bit. And it's still a pretty interesting piece of history, right? And then, yeah, we'll have to see what happens. And I hope I don't have to, but it won't be tomorrow, so there will be plenty of time to redirect to another domain. I just find it unfortunate that for me, my blog is kind of Stitcher.io, that's the name. But yeah, we'll have to see about that. It will be fine. It will be fine. We'll figure it out. So, but if you, maybe it's a good time then to like totally rebrand my blog. Anyway. Good. Folks, I did a live stream a couple of, 2 days ago, I think. Remember how we were talking about like, let me see if I, is it over here? No, hang on. Discord. Wait, hang on a second. I need to check something because I wanted to show you something and I don't know where I saved it in my, over here. Like this, and then like this. Okay, hang on. I'll be right back with you. And like so. Almost there. Okay, cool. Remember how I was talking about my this view engine, templating engine that I've been writing for a couple of well, I spent some time on it basically. I wrote the first iteration, I think, in June. It was in June. So, and I talked about this on a live stream, right? How our this templating engine here, how I really like it. It's different than like Blade or Twig or Smarty, if you want to hear. Does anyone has anyone ever used Smarty here, by the way? Because I totally forgot about Smarty and then I remembered it and I was like, oh yeah, nightmare material. I don't know if it was really Smarty's fault, but yeah. No, but a new view engine. This is kind of like a thing. We're writing a framework, right? And I was like, maybe it would be interesting to have a new view engine. There are a lot of downsides to it as well. And I don't know if it will be a thing, but we were talking about this on a live stream. And there were some problems. With it, yeah. At my work, they still use Smarty. Wow, yeah. But it's still getting updated, Smarty. That's actually Smarty PHP. What is Smarty? So this is like, show me some syntax. Okay, so instead of this, you write this. This is very similar. Instead of an array, you write this, which is already like weird to me. This is for each. So yeah, this is Smarty. Okay. They have a for each else. That's very nice. So anyway, I believe Smarty was the very first template engine, and Rasmus Lardorf, the creator of PHP, he once said that as soon as people started writing templating engines in his templating engine, being PHP, he started to realize that people are gonna use what he made for something entirely different. So yeah, I was showing you this. Like I spent a couple of thoughts on what if we start from scratch and make a new templating engine in PHP? What would it look like? And I talked about how I like Blade the most because Blade stays true to PHP. Blade is PHP with just a little bit of syntactic sugar on top of it. It feels familiar. While Twig is just a language on its own, basically. And you need to learn Twig from scratch. So let's see here. I was thinking about this. What would a templating engine look like if I were to build it? And I came up with this. And this might not feel very familiar to PHP, but it does feel very familiar to HTML, right? Which is also a big part of a templating engine. A templating engine mixes PHP and HTML. And I was like, let's try to embrace HTML a little bit. And this is what I came up with. And like I'm showing off a couple of things here. So we have like attributes used as control structures here. There are also view components, which is another pretty big important thing where you can use components as HTML elements. And basically extension and inclusion doesn't happen with this view engine except for via components, basically. Sergio is saying it feels very familiar to Vue templates, and that's exactly true. Yeah. And I feel like when I was writing Vue, that's a while ago, but I really liked Vue. It feels very intuitive, and I like that. So there were some issues. With this Vue engine. Let me try to explain what happened here. So we started with a template. A template is a like a file, right? .vue.php in this case, but nor Blade file. That's like the source, right? And you go from a source to a rendered template, HTML, something that can be shown in the browser. So this was the flow that happened. So the first thing, oh yeah, one important thing to mention, these templates also support, let me see here, just plain PHP text. That's also possible. So I started from a template. I parsed the PHP code, right? So the hard-coded parts, so to speak, they were all interpreted. And then I had some HTML. I converted that to DOM, like a DOM tree. And I have my own representation of DOM elements because it's easier to work with. So I converted it to a DOM tree basically, and then I looped over all elements and I started to apply attributes. And just as an example here, like for example, this if statement here. Imagine this HTML is parsed into a DOM and you loop recursively over all elements, and you encounter this one with a colon if attribute. That means that this element here should only be rendered if this condition is true. And so in my first implementation, I went through the DOM tree, and whenever I encountered such an attribute, I would check whether the condition is true, or loop over this statement here, and then adjust the DOM tree, right? Let's say this is false, then the whole element here would be removed on the fly from the DOM tree. That's how it worked. And in this case, with a for each loop, I would take this statement here, I would execute it as PHP, and then whatever comes out of that is rendered as an element using like this whole block as a template, and then added to the DOM tree however many times, like it's iterate DOM, okay? Let's see here, that's applying attributes, and then we ended up with an adjusted element tree, DOM tree, like the new DOM tree, and that tree can be rendered to HTML, right? Easy enough. However, there were some problems, especially with caching, and that's what we were looking at in the previous stream, because this part is cacheable, kind of. Not really, actually, I discovered after the stream, but it's only a very small part, right? Over here, when you're applying attributes and changing your DOM tree, you're relying on data. You need to know like this condition, right? And this condition will depend on user input. You cannot cache your that. That will be a variable part. So that's a problem over there. And here parsing PHP actually had a pretty big problem, that if that inline PHP is relying on data provided by the view, then you cannot cache from here on out. So this wouldn't even be possible, because your PHP would be like the outcome of this step would depend on whatever data is provided by the controller again. So you couldn't cache it unless like you make a cache file for every possible data combination, which in theory, I mean, if someone, a logged in user, for example, starts to refresh its page and nothing changes, then okay, then you could cache that. But the first page visit for every user or, iteration, every like first version of the page would be not cacheable. So I did some thinking and I was like, okay, we start from a template. We first pass it through DOM parser and create a DOM tree from it, like elements. All of that can be cached. There's no data. Then we start to apply attributes. Then we get an adjusted element tree. Let's rename this DOM tree, right? Then we parse PHP. So we basically just moved this step to over here, right? Only then we parse PHP, which is still possible. It requires a little bit of eval code, but it works. And then we can render. And that means like these 3 steps never touch any user data or controller data or variable data. So they can be cached. Good, that's an improvement, right? But still, all of this was uncacheable. Kind of sucks. And let's see here. Oh yeah, and another big problem was that because we like do our applying attributes at this step, right? And actually, this step also involves view components. That was also an important one. It doesn't have access to the parsed PHP yet. So if you define a local variable in PHP in your template file, then you cannot access it anymore within your view components, or it sucks. So that doesn't work either. Okay. So, like this was an easy solution. This was just moving around some things. But it wasn't good enough. So basically I rewrote everything. And now I'm really happy with how it turned out. So now we start with a template. We parse it into a DOM tree, elements. Okay. We compile all of that. And compiling means we don't do anything with data yet. And there's a pretty big conceptual difference there. And I'll show it in code in a second. And then you render it. This is really cool because all of this can be cached and you actually end up with just a plain PHP file, and you can load that from cache and execute it, and it's pretty fast. It's the fastest thing possible. It's the same that Blade does, right? And Jingdev is saying that it's very familiar to Latte. It definitely has many familiarities to Latte, Latte PHP. There is one big difference, I would say. Or a couple. Latte still has control structures, right? They also have the, like this syntax here, but they still have control structures. My view engine doesn't, and I don't plan on doing it. I believe in doing like having one approach and do it very well and not offer users too many things to choose from, because they will only get confused, right? And another big thing is that components, so Latte here is saying that Latte sees the whole DOM structure, which we also have, which is pretty cool. You have access to a lot more like things. You're not just regex replacing stuff. And where is, hang on, Latte includes PHP. Yeah, so like for extension and inclusion, as far as I know, like pretty classic include statements and stuff like that, while I'm embracing PHP in full. PHP, HTML. Everything is HTML elements. There are no more include and extension blocks and stuff like that. It's all just HTML. I wanted to say PHP again, and but I don't know, like, does Latte PHP components, does it have Vue components? I actually don't know that. Let's see. I was here. Concept safety first, template inheritance. Oh, let's actually see here. Yeah, that's just the classic block approach, which I don't really like. Or I mean, everyone can do whatever they want, but it's just I was building something and I wanted to do differently, and went with what I liked. So yeah, I don't think so actually. Let's see here. For designers, no. For developers, nope. No Vue components, as far as I can tell. Tell me in chat if I'm wrong. Okay. Let's see here. No, it doesn't. Lubiana123 says it doesn't have Vue components. So that's a pretty big difference actually, because you need to use Vue components with this template engine. There's no way around it. Can you send us the link of Latte, please? Well, yeah, just search for PHP Latte and you'll find it. But Latte, it seems a pretty nice templating engine. I tried once for a Vue hours to hack components into Latte. Oh yeah, you tried it once. Okay, yeah. Well, you'll get it for free with Tempest Vue. So I was explaining this here. Yeah, so we go from a template to a DOM, these two steps. We compile all of that, and then we render the DOM. And now the compile step is what's different here. Because remember how I explained that when we apply attributes, we will actually look at the data. We're not doing that anymore. We're not changing the DOM tree. Well, we are still. But a compiled template will just be plain PHP, basically. So instead of manipulating the DOM tree and adding elements on the fly, we're just adding PHP code to handle it for us and translate, let's see, if somewhere translate this to proper PHP. So let's actually write it down here. I mean, it's no rocket science, but so instead of doing this, well, this will be compiled to PHP if like so, and then else, and if, right? That's what this will be compiled to. So, and I also keep these attributes here. I could remove them, but these are pretty useful for debugging if you can see it in the source as well. So yeah, you would have to go really deep into the Latte engine to add it, and I could not find a way to make it work with caching. So you're talking about Vue components, right? Yeah, let's quickly look at Vue components as well in a second. What DOM parser are you using? I think PHP DOM class is kind of limited and buggy. It definitely is. Yeah. It doesn't support HTML5, so it doesn't support like these attributes. It doesn't support, let's see, components with different names. No, I'm using, let's see here, very simple, compiler. I'm using ParseDOM. HTML5, which is a package, mastermind HTML5, that's it. And like a good thing, PHP 8.04 is adding a HTML5 parser written in C, or Rust, I think actually, but not written in PHP. So with PHP 8.04, I could, in theory, just like change 2 lines of code in theory. Hang on. Oh, come on. I could change these 2 lines of code and it should use PHP's implementation, which should, in theory, be a lot faster. So that's just a free win there for me. What's the name of your template engine? It's what's the name? Yeah, I don't know. No, it's Tempest View, but yeah, you can't find it yet because, or Views, I don't know. Actually, I'm undecided on a name. If you go to Tempest PHP, read the docs, and then I'll post a link in chat. Hang on, here you go. Paste. So so yeah. Okay, sorry, I was distracted by reading up on chat. The compile step. The compile step is pretty interesting. Let me actually, what I want to do, I have the docs website here, and it's using this branch. It's not merged yet, but so let's go to tempest docs.test. Hang on. I need to. This is fine. Discover clear. Hang on. This is because I have the I have it symlinked. This is not a problem. Not a problem. Let's remove this file. Then it'll work. Okay. So this is the local docs website, and it's using the new implementation. And let me show you. Like I can go to framework here because it's symlinked. Let's think for a minute. So this is the compiler, and all of this is cached. So let's go to the renderer. So the renderer basically compiles the template and then renders it, right? So 2 steps, compilation and rendering. Let's dump the compiled file here, and you'll see what's in it. Let's zoom in. So this is the compiled file. PHP code here, and then okay, this is our HTML, and we just have PHP echo. Let's see, where does it end? Over here, echo stuff, right? PHP blocks. Let's search for if. Yeah, here for example. So if commit, and that's actually this div here is translated to this over here. You know, pretty cool. So just a big PHP file, but there's no data involved yet. So everything now is like as the original template, but just with PHP tags all added in between. And we cache this file, and that's the compiled version, and then we render the compiled version, and we end up with this. So what I wanted to do is do our benchmark again, because I haven't done that yet. So let's open up my La and Ta project here. And over here, hang on a second. Let me symlink that as well. Oh, composer JSON, come on. I don't know. Something weird with PHP. Something composer. Now it's there. I don't. Let's see here, repositories. I need to copy that, and I'll close the docs here because I don't need them anymore. Let's go to La and Ta. So La and Ta, if you weren't here before, these are musical terms, but music notation terms, but they also stand for Laravel app and Tempest app. Okay, so I actually need to go into Ta for Tempest, and let's see here, composer.json. Let's add repositories here, and I want to use this branch. Yep. This is Tempest Composer up. Okay, so now we have like our up-to-date implementation of our Vue engine. Let's see whether it works. Serve. No. I haven't tested this yet. I think I know what's going on. There are a couple of changes that I had to make. So this is one of them that I'm sure of. And let's see here for each. This should in theory work, but let's do it like this. And now I also need to, hang on, disable cache for a second. cache false. This is temporary. Okay, doesn't work yet, but we're gonna figure it out. It will only take a second or so. Let's go to our Tempest view renderer here. Let's say, oh no, let's actually die. Okay, so this is the compiled version here. So for each shows as show, we'll do xfoo. Yeah, this is kind of the wrong. Do we end up here? Uh-oh. Yeah, we do. Okay. So caching is disabled. Let's see what could be the problem here. It's not registering this view component. Let's debug a little bit. This is within the compiler, so we have our for each element, and this is a generic element, while it should be a view component element. So map to elements. Let's see here, element factory. Let's see. Yeah, okay, we end up here, that's good. And then I would suppose that our view component class over here is null. Yep, okay, that is. And why is that? Yeah, it's not there. Okay. Should I just... Yeah, okay. It was just... it's because it's the symlink issue. Okay. Okay, so this is our Tempest implementation now, and let's check for a second. So we have our env here. No, we don't. Hang on. Yeah. Cache equals true. Okay. And discovery cache as well. So this is as if it's in production. Should be as is if it's in production. And as a reminder, like when I did this benchmark the first time, let's actually check here. I can look it up, right? Was this live stream? Hang on, I was face palming somewhere. Let's see. Streamception here. This was yeah. Okay, yeah, this is the wrong. Okay, hang on. Okay, no. This was the over here. Hang on. This was Blade, 11 milliseconds per request. And oh yeah, this was Tempest. 250 milliseconds per. Okay, let's write that down for a second. So Blade in my previous was per request, and Tempest was 250 milliseconds per request. Okay, so those are the benchmarks. And like full disclosure, yeah, like benchmarks are always difficult to do, but we just want to see whether there's an improvement or not. And I can already tell there is just by refreshing the page, but we're going to do it properly here. So our Tempest app, we're going to say Tempest serve. Oh, it's already... Hang on. I'm going to close this one. Oh, and cache true. Okay. And then let's say... Okay. So... Tempest serve, okay. Oh, and now it's Discovery clear. No, I really like did a bad job with this project setup. Oh, now it doesn't work anymore. What did she? I was doing things in the wrong. Oh, I need to cache clear. Probably. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now it's good. No, it's good. By the way, like in local development, you would have these things set to false. So don't worry about me stumbling here. You wouldn't ever run into problems here, but it's about like real performance, production performance. That's what I wanted to say. So we have our local server. It was running on over. Okay, let's test this. AB. I hope it goes faster now. Okay, that's good. That's a lot faster than what it used to be. Yeah, 100 requests was probably fine as well, but it's okay. And we have, okay. So still, I mean, Tempest is now per, so it's not as fast as Blade yet, but there are some improvements I can make still. But it is 10 times faster than what it used to be. So, and I would say that this is an acceptable benchmark. This is also, it's not just a Vue engine here. I could do some more in-depth benchmarking as well for the Vue engine alone. Because like we're also, Tempest is doing like discovery stuff and probably a little bit more than what a default Laravel installation does. So, but this is, I mean, this wasn't usable, but this is. So I'm very happy with Refactor actually. Yeah, really cool, really cool. And the thing with Tempest is, you could also just do static page, and then you would say, let's see here. Oh yeah, this is fine. Then I would say Tempest static generate. Oh, it didn't generate anything. Why not? I don't know. Weird. Discovery cache. Hang on, I just discovery cache false. Yeah, okay. Again, this isn't a problem with but now I want it back to true. This is just me having a bit of some problems here. Let's see. So static generate, yeah. Yeah. Discovery clear. Let's do it like this. Yeah. Okay. Okay. This is fine. And so now, if we go here, it doesn't work because we need to Tempest serve. Let's actually do a benchmark here now, because this is like the compiled. But the only thing we're benchmarking now is how fast PHP's built-in server works, I believe. So it won't really say anything. We're not booting Tempest anymore. Huh. Or maybe we are. Yeah, because this is index. Hang on. Yeah, okay. Okay, so this is with static pages. But it's a stupid benchmark. It is, because like it's not, yeah. So yeah. What about benching Twig? Yeah, dude, but I could do that. I could do that, but not now. But at the end, you end up with a PHP file. Not sure how much you can improve. Yeah. The thing is, like one very obvious improvement still to be made. I need to make a to do here for it. So what we're doing, view cache, we're using PHP files adapter, and I think it will just load, well, or not. Will it include the file? Let's see, because that's the difference. Like we have a compiled PHP file, but I think we're just loading the PHP file from. Yeah. This has nothing to do with the cache. We're loading the PHP file. Look at this. View renderer. Loading the compiled PHP file as a string into memory, and then we're gonna render it, right, over here, which we do by eval. And instead of doing that, we could just include the PHP file, right? If we have the cached path to it, it's not a big feature, but I still need to include the PHP file instead of the cached, the compiled, and I think that will make another big difference. PHP file. Should we try it out? What time is it? Yeah, I still have some time. So let's see, what do we need here? It shouldn't be that difficult actually to fix, I think. So we have our compiled thing here, our compiled file. Yeah. So if this view cache get, hang on, cache key, we need to refactor this a little bit, and it gets, actually I do need a cache item now. I can do it like that. Get pool. Oh, it's a this is kind of a view cache. Hang on. This is a limitation in my cache interface. I need to fix that, but okay, for now we can do it like this. So cache item. No, we should do it like this actually. Cache item, like so. So if the cache item is hit, and else we'll say this view cache cache item is. Now we can just do put key, and the value will be the compiled cache key. So we need a cache item here because we need to know the path to the PHP file, to the like compiled PHP file, right? So if not cache item is hit, we'll do it like this. And then at this point we should have a valid cache item. And I don't know how that works actually. Let's let's see here. View renderer test. We can just use any of these tests. Okay, so this is the cache item here. The value, see, I want another cache pool, I think. Let's see, Symfony cache. I don't know the right adapter. Let's see. I thought PHP files cache adapter would work, but unlike the file system cache adapter, the PHP files cache adapter writes and reads back these cache files as native PHP code. For example, caching the value will write out a cache file similar to, yeah. So I assumed, yeah, but no. Can I, how do I find the file? where this thing is cached? That's what I'm wondering. Does anyone know? Also, Sergio is saying here, it works really well with caching enabled. I would do some tests with complex templates and no cache while developing. They should still yeah, I did that. And it seemed fine. Like for a single request, it's fine. Yeah, maybe you need a file system cache pool. We could try that. Yeah, because we file system adapter like so, and then let's see what do we need here. What's the error? Incompatible types. Oh yeah. Let's what was the interface? Adapter interface, cache item pool interface. That's what we need. And what does it have? Like namespace, default lifetime directory, marshaller. Let's see what happens if we use this one instead. Yeah, I mean, I can write a directory here, like manually provide a path, and then we can find it out. It's probably just the cache. I'm sorry, the cache key. Directory, let's just say over here, and then cache for now. Let's go to this directory here, and let's compare. No, but this is definitely not what we need actually. PHP files adapter. Let's try this one. Yeah. No, that's also not. I could write it myself, of course. Check the cache dir. No, yeah, that's the cache dir. So I just want to store like the compiled PHP file. I can do it manually, but I thought there was an adapter for that. Hang on. PHP array cache adapter. This adapter is a high-performance cache for static data that is optimized and preloaded into opcache memory storage. It is suited for any data that is mostly read-only. No, that's not what we need. High-performance cache. Yeah. You know, PSR 6 PHP. I can write my own adapter as well. PHP file. And we can hack it together now and see. Yeah, but I don't want to do that. I should then just write a proper cache pool adapter. What's included into this interface? Get item, get items, has item, clear, delete item, delete items, save deferred, commit. We can try to implement it. I mean, let's see. Let's do it over here. View cache pool, like very basic implementation. Implements like so. So let's say we'll just make a .cache folder here for now, but it should be configurable and stuff like that. But we say get item should return the path to the file. Actually, let's start with save item. Actually, file put contents item get key. Let's see here. File name, yeah. So dir dot and dot cache dot item get key dot php, and then item get, I guess, get. Yeah, okay, that's good. And then return true, I guess. Delete items. We say for each keys as key. Delete item key, sure. And then we say hang on, private make path string key string return. Oh, actually, let's do cache item like this. Yeah. Why are you wearing a hat? Actually, it's pretty warm right now. It is cold. Yeah. I don't have the heating on. And by the way, I don't live in Denmark. I live in Belgium. And that's different place. So we have make path here. We'll say this make path item. So that's the save thing, and then this will say add a link. And here it's a key, of course. Yeah, hang on. String. If no, hang on. Key equals is string key. Otherwise, we'll say key get key like this. Yep. Okay, and then we go back to delete, unlink key, and then clear to do return false for now. And then we'll say return true in this case, and then has item return file exists this make path for the key, right? And get items. We'll say return array like so, and then keys map string key return this get item key, and then to array. It could be just an iterable, so we can return it like this. And get item will return file return this make path key. Now it should return new cache item. Yeah, now we need to do like a hang on, cache item interface, cache item interface, get key, get is hit set expires after. Now we need an implementation for cache item interface, and that's all fine. Symfony has one, but the key is stupid. Not just the key, by the way, but hang on. How? Like the way Symfony does this, I don't understand why Symfony does it this way. Look. Cache item. Yeah, no, that's not a place. That is some very weird, like create cache item. Let's just search for it here. Create cache item. Is there no easy way to just... cache item equals, and then can I remember this from the top of my head? I had to do something like create cache item equals, I need to search for it, create cache item, closure bind, something like this, yeah. Why? So create cache item equals closure binds, blah, blah, this key equals the key over here, and then the value is the path and is hit, sure. Let's remove all of this, is hit is blah, blah, blah. Extract value, item value equals value, just like that, and then metadata, let's remove all of that, we don't need that, return item, and then we'll say, yeah, okay, and then we do it like this. I don't know what this, add name identifiers, and then we can remove this, or we can't, I don't know. Create cache item, and now we do it like this. Why don't they just have a constructor here? I do not understand. If someone can explain. There's probably a good reason for it. So key, and then we'll say this make path key, and then is hit is this has item key. Okay? And then we return the cache item. Return cache item. Now, have we implemented everything that's needed? Get item, get items, has item, clear, that's a to-do, delete, delete items, save deferred. I don't want to do that because I don't need it. So let's throw new exception, no. I hope that works. Okay, and also throw an exception here. This, I do need to implement this. Okay, so we have our view cache pool, then we have our view cache, and it should return new view cache pool, like so, Let's see. So let's yeah, this one is empty. Let's run our test again. Let's see what happens. Uh-oh. I actually do need to save deferred, but you know what? Oh no, it's clear. Oh yeah, because I'm clearing the cache. Actually, then I have to do it. Why is this? Let's see, clear. We'll say we'll have to glob in so array glob dir dot cache, yes, and then this dot php each string path this delete item path. Does that work? I think they don't want user internal code or similar interventions. So that's why Symfony is not, yeah, okay. Okay, so I might have to like implement my own cache item then, but not for now. We're just trying it out. Clear return value must be time return true. Delete item needs at unlink this make path key. Thank you. Oh, sorry for that. But now we're then we shouldn't have a path here. Then we should just have path info PHP. Let's see, path info file name or base name. One of the two. I never remember. Yeah, I think it's file name actually. Let's see. Key. Okay. I think it works. Yeah, there were no items there, so it couldn't clear anything. Okay, so now what? We have our view cache pool, right? And it should, in theory, it should end up here, right? I hope. Okay, it does. It does. Good. So let's now see in our view renderer. We have a cache item. But why is the value here the contents? It should be, hang on, we'll go watch our, there's nothing here. Save, hang on. Are we saving anything? Yes, we are. File put contents. It's item get. Come on. Yeah. Oh, it's yeah, that's not gonna work, of course. That should be better. Okay, okay. Aha. Ah, okay. Good. Over here. So if you go to our cache item now, I don't understand why. Is it? Hang on. Yeah. Cache item get. I know, because I'm. Hang on. Okay, but now we do have the key now, and we can. So the contents is here as well. We don't really need that, but okay, it makes sense that it's there. But instead of the content, let's say hard-coded for now, path equals dot cache slash cache item get key dot php. We need to improve this, but let's see, path. Yeah, and that yeah, okay, that works. And then we'll say render compiled, and instead of the content we'll say path. Okay, and then we should be able to include path. Does that work? It does. It does, in fact, work. That's really nice. Okay, let's go to Tyler. New window, please. And let's see tar. This is la. I need tar. Yes. first, discovery clear. Yeah, that will fail again. I'm sorry for that. Hang on. Like so, okay. .env. Cache is all true. Only maniacs use light color scheme. You've triggered me once again. Hang on. Here you go. You should watch this video, Volodymyr. Paste. I'll paste it in Twitch as well. There you go. Watch it. And then come back to me. Okay, so yes, let's do serve. Right? So if we have a little look now in Tempest Framework. Oh, window management. Let's look at our cache folder here. No, not this cache folder. In view cache. Yeah, look at that. Hang on. Yeah. That's yeah, this is our template, our compiled template. And now we include it, and now we'll do our benchmark again. I don't know if this is doesn't matter. What was it? AB on localhost. Yeah. Okay, let's check it out. What was the? It was 27 milliseconds per request. Hey, on Twitch, undef null. You're the person responsible for me using a light team. Haha, thank you. Oh, and now it's slower now with my. Okay, I might need to include caching. I might need to play around with that some more. Do you like Xdebug or do you prefer debugging with DD and DOM? Yeah, I don't like how Xdebug makes PHP so slow. There are some cases where it's really useful. I've used it quite a lot now while I was refactoring the Vue engineer. So yeah, there are definitely cases. I'm actually working on a short video at the moment for PHP Storm, where I explain how to get started with Xdebug. So that's the thing. I did go on a rant about Xdebug a couple of a week or two ago, I think it was, on a live stream, because like it's so unfortunate that it's not built into PHP, I would say, and that, you know, there's so much friction setting it up that people just don't reach for it. So yeah. I expected this to be like to have a bigger impact, but it's might still like be better in the long run. Do I have opcache enabled? I should just do. I don't. Maybe I should enable opcache actually to try it out, right? Let's try that. Opcache over here. Uh-oh. Yeah, now there's let's see reveal in Finder. No, actually I want to, let's see, hang on. I want to open this one. like so. And now like this with opcache. It wasn't before, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's try that one more time with opcache enabled actually. Tempest serve. Is that faster? It feels faster, but oh, aha, ha, ha, ha. That it also means I have to do the blade one again, by the way, with include caching and opcache. Okay, so this is the way to go. Ha! No, but I need to. So now it's faster than blade, but I need to redo blade with opcache enabled. So I'll do that. La, and then I had artisan optimized to be sure that everything's optimized, and then we'll do artisan serve, right? And that's the same port. Hang on. Is it 7 milliseconds? Is it accurate? This is always the thing, man. Static clean. Just, yeah, but it wasn't. But let's do it again. Just to be sure that it wasn't hitting a static file here. No, it's good. We're good. Let's see. 6. Let's keep the 7. Okay, and now let's do the same for Laravel with blade. Caches enabled. Oh, what's this? AB. This is the Laravel one. How fast is it? It's even faster. Wow. Okay, but I mean, blade 4. Let's make that 4 milliseconds per request with opcache. But I mean, 7 milliseconds is fine. At this point, I think it's all fine. This is really nice. Let's, by the way, disable caching. Right? Yeah, this is the right file. So many Tempest serve. So this is the speed for local development. So without cache enabled. So that's good, right? That's good. And what else did I want to show? Oh yeah, I also wanted to check the docs actually. Let's see here. .env cache is disabled here. This is like a more Tempest docs. Yeah. Hang on. I'm so sick of this. Composer up. Yeah, but this is then without. I haven't pushed my. Hang on. Let's actually do that. So this is without the latest changes. Let's see. What's the problem now? What changed? Okay. 350 milliseconds, which kind of not really great, honestly. Let's do this, and we'll say whip push, and then we'll composer up here. And nothing changed. Yeah, I have to go to packages. Did I actually push? Yeah. Packages.org. That's the wrong personal. Packages.org. Update. Okay. Composer up. Yeah, okay, there we have it. Okay, so 350. Uh-oh. Ah, yeah. That's a problem. Hang on. Oh, okay. It is 260 now. That is actually significantly faster. That's nice. And this is with cache disabled. How then does it become faster? Is the cache disabled? The cache is disabled. Hang on, let's go to our view compiler. And let's just see whether we end up here. Yes. If we end up here, then it's no caching. Uh-oh, we don't end up here. There's caching. Ah. It's probably... I should really... I don't understand. Let's make this false. Yeah, and then... No. Huh? You know how they say that caching is one of the most difficult things in programming? Tempest view renderer. Let's see. You have my... Yeah, this is all fine. Cache item is hit. Yeah, that's true. It should be... that's because I hard-coded it. Hang on. Let's disable the cache. Let's do it like this, or true. Okay, this is 500 milliseconds, 500. But this is also with discovery cache. Hang on, true. And I still plan on doing a lot of improvements to discovery cache. Okay, so this, in theory, let's make sure we're actually recompiling. We're recompiling the template. So this is without view caching enabled, but it's a mess now, and I know why, and I need to fix it. So I don't know why this is. Uh-oh. Ah, I know why this is. Oh, hang on. Home controller. Yeah. No. Commit equals null. Okay. Oh, actually, like the biggest. Oh yeah, I was doing like a request to to GitHub for showing the latest commit. Ah yeah, okay, so it's a lot faster actually. 90, 80 milliseconds. Cache validation, Brent, I know. Oh, there's so much things to be done. Okay, so I need to make some notes here. Hey, but we made some progress. So we'll need to properly disable view cache broken and make sure the view cache directory exists. Okay, so I've got some work, but I mean, good progress, sorry. And request in JSON decode. Cool, right? Like this part over here. Yeah. And the reason it failed now is because I've got rate limited. Yeah. Actually, let's do it like this. Try and then catch throwable and then say commit is null. Okay, that's better. And this is because of rate limiting. Okay, cool. But I mean, good progress. That's it's really nice. I have some to-dos to solve. But I mean, compared to the 250 milliseconds before, and let's go to our timeline. Like it was 250 milliseconds, and now we're at 7 milliseconds. That's pretty nice, and it's still not as fast as Blade. And there might be some things we can do to improve that, but it's fine. This 7 milliseconds is totally fine. So really cool, really cool. Wow. Okay, I'm done for today. I have to. Yogesh, you always miss the live stream, but not this time. That's really nice. I'm glad you're here. I'm trying to do more live streams in my afternoon so that more people are awake, basically. Really cool, folks. Thanks for being here. Was a nice live stream once again. We'll have to see about .io, and yeah, what that will be about. But I guess even if .io gets deleted, I guess like the world will move on and we'll live to fight another day. But yeah, we'll see. No stress. Let's not panic about it. First see, and then yeah. Good, folks. Thanks for being here. Leave a like, subscribe, follow. You know what to do. I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye-bye.